When you need a mortgage, don't stress at all. Just tune right in and give these guys.
Good morning, YouTube. Today is Tuesday, April 28th. Holy crap, boys. It's our last show in April. What is going on?
Good morning, fellas.
Good morning. Time flies.
Time does fly. 2026 is moving right along. We're going to be in May here by the end of the week. That means busy season in real estate. But before we get to that, we have someone on the show that was poo-pooing the draft last episode. And then somehow online, I see that he was boots on the ground down there enjoying himself. So, Mr. LaPera, how was the
wasn't
last
really
couple
doing
days?
it. I just don't like a lot of crowded areas. So, but actually, I'm glad I went on Saturday versus Thursday or Friday, because I was told Thursday or Friday it was utter packed. Like it was elbow to elbow. We went down Saturday. It was not bad. There was still a lot of people, but it wasn't. You were able to walk and enjoy the festivities. So it was actually really cool. I don't know when I'll ever go to the draft or when I'll ever be here again. So to experience it and see how everything plays out and see the draft happen in real time, I thought it was actually really cool.
Well, I guess if you weren't there, we wouldn't have set the record of 805,000. So congrats, you were part of that. Pittsburgh, most people ever at an NFL draft. Probably get broken next year in DC, but seemed like a lot of fun.
Yeah. I thought it was great. It was a good experience to experience. So yeah, I was definitely down there enjoying the festivities. So
Good. Yeah. And Tom, though, I was reading some stuff on the Post-Gazette Instagram yesterday. It sounds like the businesses are kind of like the real estate business right now, where it was hit or miss depending on where you were. There were some businesses that actually saw lower attendance than a normal day.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a hard thing to do and put on. I'm not denying that all those people were there, but it's hard for that many people to move around to these different areas. I mean, why would you ever leave the North Shore? I mean, we all know what the North Shore's like down there. They've got every restaurant, every bar, every hotel, anything you possibly could want in the North Shore, as well as why they were in town for the draft with all those festivities. So it's, did you expect somebody that came in from Arizona to shoot over to Bloomfield for a meatball hoagie or something, while they were down at the draft like that? It's just unrealistic, I think. And I would put the blame not on anybody that attended the draft. Thank you for coming to the draft, even if you're from here, because it put our city in great spotlight. But I might put the blame and the onus on the actual leadership of the city of Pittsburgh for not giving them proper intel of what was going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, that's very true. And I mean, again, I think it leads a lot into this real estate market right now where buyers need to be led into guiding their expectations. There's some buyers that are put in situations that they can go in offer on any house over asking. And I apologize. I think we're getting hit with a tornado in Atlanta right now. It is coming down.
Is that the rain?
Yeah, crushing the windows.
Cats and dogs.
Oh no, might be hail. I don't know. But anywho, you got to know your expectations, because some buyers can buy anywhere at any price point. Other buyers might need to go out a little bit of where they're used to, or might need to look for a USDA loan, or might need to be put in a different situation because of their financing needs.
No, 100%. And that kind of is a very important piece of this puzzle right now, because there's so many different aspects to this home buying. There's so many different areas people could buy in. There's so many different loan products that they could choose to buy in. We're seeing it across the board in all different areas. I had that experience this weekend, where two different buyers saw two completely different things happen to them. and I'll kind of explain it here a little bit. So last Friday, we had an offer accepted it was out in Deer Lakes, West Deer. And that offer was actually accepted on 10,000 under ask price with 6% assist, because 3 was going to the buyer and 3 was going to the agent for the commission. So they were able to get $10,000 off the price of the home and 6% assist off the seller and get that house. That same buyer has been looking for over 2 months now. And every house prior to this one, they've had multiple offers. They were looking in Cranberry, Pine, Wexford, different school districts and areas. And it's been very tough. They were almost discouraged to the point where they were about to stop looking for a house. So, that being said, there is different areas, different markets in all these areas. We also had one this weekend down in Washington County, Canonsburg. It had 40 offers. 40. We're seeing everything. We're seeing an array of differences across the board from school district to school district. So it is very important that you explain this to your buyer. We could look in different areas. I know you're not allowed to explain school districts and neighborhoods to them, but there is opportunities, and you can explain it as an opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, Anth, it used to be city to city. Now it's turning into the north of Pittsburgh's different than the south of Pittsburgh. And it really is, heck, like Tom was saying, Pine can be different than Wexford or Shaler or Millvale, or you go up a little bit more north. I know the teachers in that West Deer school district are top notch. So shout out to my younger brother. But anywho, there are times that sometimes, hey, you're a USDA buyer. You need to get within a little bit less out of pockets. We need to look more north, or this area is a little bit hotter. Maybe a 15-minute drive from work, Anth, is worth getting into a home. There's times you just got to understand and explain to the buyers their number one spot might not be for them right now.
Yeah, I mean, every area is going to be totally different depending on the family's needs, school district, what they're looking for as far as an area. But, look around in the areas, don't just have one specific area. If you have to drive 15, 20 minutes, to go to work, it's not a bad thing. I mean, if you find a nice place in a nice area that you want to live in with a great school district, but the price you're going to be paying for that home is going to be less, that's going to certainly help you on affordability and your monthly payment. You might love that house more. There's a reason for everything. So, every situation is going to be different, but, making sure the area that you're looking in, the price ranges are going to be different, each one.
And that's why for buyers, it's so important to work with a trusted expert. Because, of course, everyone knows you can find the houses on Zillow, or you can find the listing online somewhere. That's only half the battle. But knowing the current market, knowing that specific area, knowing if there's a comparable area that might be cheaper for you, those are the reasons you're working with an expert. It's not to find the house or walk through an open house. It's to understand, because the real estate market is turning so fast. It's not what it was a few months ago. It's not going to be this same market in a few months. So if you're just out there flying by the seat of your pants or listening to what the news says, which is crazy talk, that's where you're getting hurt in the real estate business right now.
100%. You can't listen to those guys. You need to be in with somebody that's actually doing this every day. All day, every day. You need a trusted agent that is looking at houses and going around all day, every day.
Yeah, you need the boots on the ground, guys. There's sometimes we hear information on the news that is weeks old and is no longer even accurate. But when you're working with mortgage and real estate that are out here doing it every day, you're going to have better information that is current than any other manner. So just make sure you get good information. Make sure you're understanding the current market and put yourself in a good situation to get that American dream and buy your home.
Yeah, I love it. I think we should make it everybody's goal to be a first-time home buyer before the age of 41, which is the national average right now.
That's crazy. That is way too high. We got to figure something out there.
Yeah, let's make it our goal to get them in there quicker.
Let's do it. All right, boys. Have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you Friday.
Later.
See you guys.
Tom Ryan